This one is for the 8th city. Yeah. Franklin, what's up? So cold, what's up? Put your hands up, put your hands up, put your hands up, put your hands up. Say oh, say oh, Terrel, yeah.
Yo, welcome to another episode of Live from Highway 58. We're back with another good one, y'all. Franklin's own, the artist himself, Rofel, ladies and gentlemen. Rofel's in the building. What's up, man? What's up, bro?
What's going on, man?
Hey, thank you so much, man.
Finally made it, man.
You made it. Hey, dog, you here, man. You here. I told you was going to be in the building. And just thank you so much for coming through. Chat with me a little bit, bro. Do me a favor, man. Let the Live from Highway 58 people know who you are in your own words.
I'm Rofel. My real name is Rowan. You can also call me Lemuel Strange, but that's up to you. We'll talk about that a little later. And I'm an artist. I've been doing it now probably about 30 years. I know they give away my age, but it is what it is. But I've been doing it for a long time, man. I love music. Music is my life. And that's me. That's who I am.
That's all right, man. So you said 30 years, bro. Listen, I know your dad was a reggae artist. So you always had like music going on in the household or going on in your life. So when was it for you, really? What moment in your life?
Well, I'm gonna tell you the thing about that. The thing about that is, you know, as a youngin', when my dad was doing it, him and him and my uncles and stuff like that, he used to try to get me to sing. He used to try to write songs that he wanted me to sing. I didn't want to do it. Okay. I mean, I'm a kid. I'm like, 3, 4 years old. I want to go out and play.
Yeah.
Try how to play. So, every time he would try to get me to do some type of music, I would cry. So I never wanted to do it. And then I didn't see my dad for about 17, 18 years.
Oh, wow.
And so it was funny. The next time I saw him, all I talked about was music. So I can only imagine how he felt on that side. All I wanted to do was music. I wanted to do music more than get a job.
I feel that.
But I started writing when I was like 12.
Okay.
When I was 12, I started writing as a means to communicate. Okay. I couldn't communicate well, so that's how I expressed my feelings. But of course, my first raps, before I get to the raps, I started writing poetry first. Okay. I write stories. I write. I make my own. I create newspapers. And,
that was me,
so
bro.
Mine was just away from life in general.
Yeah, so had your own like paper route and stuff. You go around taking your own newspaper.
I didn't go around handing them out, but I just. I have a few of them that I put together myself, all on regular paper. Yeah. I had notebook paper, taped together, different sections.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The whole newspaper.
You the editor and everything.
Whole 9 different stories. I done created robbery stories and all types. Running from cops and all types.
So you always been a creative, basically.
Creative, yeah. So I always had that imagination. Yeah. And then when I started writing raps, of course, it was horrible. You know what I'm saying? My first rap, I've had more cursing words than regular words. You know what I'm saying? So it was just full of curse words. But I'd be in school, in class, writing raps. I don't stop doing my work. All I wanted to do was write raps and write raps. By the time I turned 14, I was able to write full songs, even down to R&B songs. But I couldn't sing, but I could write a whole R&B song. Yeah,
it's like you could hear it. You knew what you wanted to hear.
Tone,
But
and that comes from listening to music in general. You know what I'm saying? And then when I was 17 is when I felt like this is what I wanted to do. I felt like I wanted to get a deal and I wanted to be big. I want everybody to know me. But that happened because I didn't feel like I was getting love from family members. So whenever you look on TV, you see the celebrities, it seems like everybody loved them. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's calling their name and whatever the case. Yeah. And that's what I wanted. I wanted that. I wanted to be on the stage where everybody yelling my name or everywhere I went, people, want to talk to me and get autographs. So, which is pretty much a facade. But at the same time, that's what I thought I wanted. Right. And that's when I wanted to, get a record deal and be big, whatever the case. So I took it more serious at that point.
And I think for us, it's no different than the athlete who want to be Michael Jordan or LeBron James or be the next Michael Vick or, just some like in their lane. For us creatives and us people who do music, that's what we were aspiring, the big stage, our name in the lights, stuff like that. Yeah. So I can definitely relate to you when it pertains to that. Let me ask you, born in Massachusetts, man, I don't know if people really know that. Like, that's a part of your story. Like, being born in Massachusetts and then ending up here, like, can you talk about that a little bit? Like, what brought y'all this stuff?
We came down here when I was 5 years old. My mom lost her mom. Well, first she lost her dad, and she definitely a daddy's girl. And then she lost her mom, and I think that was kind of. And she could, of course, she could tell a story better than I can. But I'm speaking from, I guess, what I think, how I felt, or what I've seen, and even my own personal experience. But to me, it seemed to me like, after she lost her mom, that was kind of like the break. She got my dad, you know what I'm saying? So she got her boyfriend, who was kind of pretty much living his own life, doing his own thing. I think drugs eventually come into the picture, whatever the case. So it's kind of like she needed to get away, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of family on my mom's side migrated down this way.
Gotcha.
Everybody's from Massachusetts, but it migrated this way.
Yeah.
So that's when she decided to come down here.
Follow the family and come this way. That's all right, man. So I'm guessing both of those, because how old were you when you left?
I was about 5.
Okay, so you remember anything? You remember anything?
Man, listen, my memory is sharp.
Yeah.
I mean, when I say sharp, I mean 5 years old. I remember when we left, it was nighttime.
Yeah.
I remember her carrying my brother. And I remember her being a few steps ahead of me, and I'm moving kind of slow, but I'm pulling the red suitcase.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
The details and everything.
I'm telling you, I mean, I remember so much detail as far as like even to the point of going down the driveway part. You know how you go down the driveway part, coming back up to the sidewalk. I remember that much of detail.
That's crazy.
Getting to the bus station. Remember that. From the bus station, everything that's kind of a blurry scene as far as like the ride here. But I remember getting picked up, and I'm guessing we might have been in DC or maybe Richmond or whatever the case. But I remember getting picked up by my Uncle Robert.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then him bringing us down this way.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
you was locked in.
Yeah, I'm writing a book.
Okay.
I'm writing a
that's
book.
What's up.
Yeah. So that I got listen.
Yeah.
My memory is sharp. Thank God.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I've been writing a book, and it's to the T.
Yeah.
You know, the details are to the T, just like that.
That's all right, man. Yeah. So I'm sure like that journey that started shaping your life early, coming from there and then learning the South and learning how things happen out here.
Well, I couldn't, as a kid, I mean, you just want to play.
Yeah, basically, if I found a friend, that's good. Yeah.
So I wouldn't even know if the experience would be different if I'd have grown up there than growing up here.
Right.
I wouldn't be able to know that. But what I will say is, coming down here, things are much different because we weren't eating sugar and cereal up there. You know what I'm saying? Coming down here, we got sugar and oatmeal, sugar and everything down here. So we didn't do all that up there.
You said it was different, like what?
But then, you know what I'm saying? My mom had to find some stability. So, and her trying to find some stability, and also her still being young, it was a struggle. We kids, so we just kind of bouncing around.
Right.
But we don't understand as kids how much that's shaping us or shaping our lives or shaping the way we think. Whatever the case.
I see that.
As we get older.
Yeah.
Because at that time we still go.
We going with the flow. Yeah, we going with the flow. Whatever mama doing, we rocking.
That's what's happening. So, yeah, man.
And then, just me knowing a little bit about your story, like you've been on your own since like an early teenager, right?
12.
Like, how did that happen, bro?
So, because now we're about to get deep into that. So I was molested as a child, right?
Okay.
I don't speak about it much.
Okay. And I'm sorry to hear that too. I'm sorry to hear that.
And it's part of my story, part of my past. So I'm good. People used to whenever I get in little rap battles with people around here, they would throw that in the rap battle.
Yeah.
And so it was something I used to be embarrassed. Now I'm winning my battles now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because I still can handle my business.
Yeah.
But it used to be a shot to make me embarrassed, right? And then one of my homeboys, he said something that made sense, and this is probably about 2-3 years ago, that made me feel comfortable enough to talk about it now. He says, I don't know why people keep using that as a diss, like it was your fault. You was a kid.
Yeah.
And then it had me thinking like, you right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was a kid.
Exactly.
So y'all making like it's something I decided to do. You know what I'm saying? This is me being a kid and being taken advantage of.
Yeah.
But that happened from the age, maybe from about 6 years old up to about 11.
Wow, bro.
12. And then he ended up getting locked up because he was also doing it to other kids. And somebody ended up telling on him.
Yeah.
And then it was just like this whole thing where, all the kids got found out or whatever the case. But once he got locked up, once he was out of the picture, because, he was abusing us, but he was also keeping us, because my mama, at that point, she had started using drugs. She won't come home no more. She was gone.
Right. You know
what I'm saying? So he was out the only place we had to live.
That was like your safety.
The streets,
That was your safety at that point.
Supposedly. Yeah. And
but you in a living hell, basically.
In a living hell, but when he gets locked up, social service step in his picture. The lady named Keisha Pie. She was his girlfriend. She takes us with her to Carolina. That's where she was originally from. We stayed in Carolina, maybe about 2-3 months. We didn't have all our paperwork from social service. Everything wasn't transferred over. But she was able to get us in school anyway. And then my brother gets suspended and get us both kicked out of school. You know what I'm saying? He pees in the desk.
Oh man!
He has to go to the bathroom. He pee in the desk. They won't let her go to the bathroom. We both get kicked out of school. And then we had to come back over this side, leave her. Yeah. And then I'm in foster care. But thankfully, I'm in foster care with somebody I know.
Wow. Okay.
But as a kid, it's one of those things. If you ain't my parent, you can't tell me what to do.
Right.
You ain't my mom, you ain't my dad.
And then at that point, man, with what you had just experienced, I can imagine for anybody at that point, it would have been hard to talk to you or get through to you.
Yeah.
Because
I'm going
one person, I'm supposed to, let's take that back, because mom is doing her thing, so you probably feel forgotten about in that point.
Definitely.
Dad is gone at this point, and now this one person that you supposed to be with and supposed to be taking care of you, they doing what they doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They harming you too. So I can imagine that 12 years old, 13, it's like, at this point, F everybody, man. I'm done. I'm on my own now, and it is what it is. You get what you get.
At that point.
And then that did come. The street life did come, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going into that, you know what I'm saying? You also did a bid. You also have,
Yeah, did too many bids, actually.
But here's the thing, man. Like, that doesn't define who you are. Like, and we're gonna get into that. Like, but just going through your story right now, how did that shape you? How did being away, getting locked up?
Well, I went to group home when I was 14. Still street mentality. I went to TDH, still street mentality. I went to juvenile prison, and I went up to Bonaire, still street mentality. I get out 19 years old, I go to jail. So I'm going to jail a few times throughout the years. 28 years old, 29 years old. At that point, my daughter's born. I go to jail the last go around when she is 10 months. Now she's with me every single day. Every single day I got her with me. And then boom, I'm taken away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Prior to me being taken away again in that predicament, I had been striving, you know what I'm saying, to change. I've been striving, like I was working super hard to become different.
Yeah.
But the problem is I was trying to do it in my own might. You know what I'm saying? I can't do it. I can't do it by myself. So I was trying to change myself. But when I got locked up, I didn't know what was going to happen. When the cuffs got thrown on me and I was thrown in the back of the police car, I didn't know whether that was going to be my last time even being in the streets.
Yeah, seeing your daughter or whatever the case may be.
I thought the possibility that could have been it, but I didn't ponder on that. What I pondered on was, this is it. I got to change my life. You know what I'm saying? I got to do something different.
Yeah.
Nah, I got to change my life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I got to. That's where it starts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, we can leave our environment. You know what I'm saying? We can do all that, but we the same exact person we was when we leave the environment. We're gonna find another environment exactly the same.
Yeah. And we're gonna be right back in that environment.
Right back doing the same thing. So I just knew I had to change. So on the ride from the Franklin PD to Suffolk jail, all I thought about in the back of that cop car was,
this it.
You know what I'm saying? This it. You know what I mean? Even if I get life in prison, I'm gonna work on being a different person while I'm in there.
Yeah.
I was that dedicated, and when I got to jail, I started focusing on God.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. Right out the gate, I started focusing on God. I didn't want to listen to the first year and some change when I was locked up, I didn't listen to no hip hop or R&B music.
Mm-hmm.
It was strictly gospel music. I didn't want to read no books that had nothing to do with the street. I was reading self-help books, faith-based books.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You was making a violent
anything
effort
concerning
to,
God, I was really striving to be the change, and this how God was, you know, God tests you. You know what I'm saying? And what he was doing, it was a training process. Now, first and foremost, I shouldn't have been locked up. Right? I was wrongfully convicted. I say that all day, but I ain't gonna get too much in depth about that, because regardless of that, I needed to be where I was. I needed to get away. You know what I'm saying? God had to take Abraham away from all his family in order to get his attention and allow him to focus just on him so he can bless him.
I know about it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
so I hate that I was there, but after 6 months to a year, I knew I was right where I needed to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he started, when I would ask God, I would say, I had to let go of the baggage. In order to, I had to let go of the baggage I was holding on to. I was holding on to molestation baggage.
Yeah.
I was holding on to baggage of my mom not being there. I was holding on the baggage of my youngest brother not knowing who his dad is, so I gotta be the daddy. My sister, who dad is locked up, I gotta be her daddy and big brother. My other brother, who is incarcerated, I gotta be his big brother. And I took on baggage that wasn't even meant for me. You know what I'm saying? I was not just holding my own baggage, I was taking on everybody's baggage.
Right.
My mom lost her parents. I gotta be she's the big son and maybe even the father figure, because she out getting high.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was so much baggage I took off, and God was showing me this. And slowly but surely, baggage started to fall off. You know what I'm saying? And man, it's a long story. The story is in the book. I'm telling you, I would go all day with it. But man, I will say, during that penitentiary, that prison time, or that last go around, God opened my eyes. God changed me. It shaped my whole life and made me who I am today. And without, talking too much more about that, I want to add this too. I cried 3 times when I was in prison, when I was in jail. One time, because I seen Batonia had died in a house fire. I seen that on the news.
Yeah.
And Batonia was like I felt like she was like my sister.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And but I cried that time, and the other 2 times I cried was one time when I was praying, and I was begging God, please don't let me go back to the old me. Please don't let me go back to the old me. The old me was selfish. I was hurt. I didn't care about nobody but myself, because I felt like nobody cared about me. And the 3rd time I cried was when I was just laying and I was thinking about the old me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How much I didn't want to go back to being that person. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Man, that's powerful, bro. So you got out this last time, right? And a lot of things start changing in your life from the jump. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've been following your story, keeping up with your story, and for real, you hit me up when I was out in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? You were one of the people seeing like the moves I was making in Atlanta. Reach back like, yo, bro, we gotta do something.
And I found out you was from around here.
Yeah, and that was cool, man. And that's why I'm glad I'm able to, extend this invitation to you, because you reached out to me, and we still got work to do too, for sure. But now you get out. You make a change, man. You start to really get your stuff together. Now it's the father, the husband. All these type of things, man. Like, how's that been, bro? Like, how has the new Rofel? Like, what's?
Man, let me tell you. With the new Rofel, at that point of being released from penitentiary, I was excited. I was focused. I had so many dreams and so many goals I wanted. Even with the music, I still wanted to pursue the music, but I wanted to make sure my priorities was in order. Number one priority was God.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? That was a big difference between after prison, before prison. Now it's like, it's God all the way. Excuse me. And but still was rough. You know what I'm saying? It still was a rough road, man. It was still, I came home. I was excited to be a husband. But that didn't go as planned. You know what I'm saying? And I get more in depth about that in the book. But I ended up leaving. Me and my wife, ex-wife, which is my daughter's mom, we ended up splitting, going our separate ways. But I still had to, be a father.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Still my baby. So and then probably about a year after being free, I jumped back 100 miles per hour into the music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I came home, I just wanted to focus on my daughter, my family, God, or what he wanted for my life. But job, now I got a record. You know what I'm saying? So the job was, trying to get a job was stressing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To the point where I ended up back in the streets. You know what I'm saying? But
because that was a place of familiarity. Like, you familiar with the street. I know this life. I know I can go out here and get myself back where I need to be. Yeah.
But the whole time I was there, I didn't want to be there. You know what I'm saying? The whole time now I'm like, God, if you do this for me, I leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying. I don't want to be there, but I'm like, So I still didn't. Well, I can say it now. I still don't feel like I had the trust in God that I should have had if I was gonna fall back to that. You know what I'm saying? So
this thing is a journey, man. This thing is a journey. Like, we don't just get there overnight. It take us. We growing every day.
Went back, started doing my own thing again, man. I remember one time I got a job at this peanut place in Suffolk. But it wasn't the actual peanut place. It was actually over in the office, but it was working for the city.
Okay.
And when I got the job, I go see my guy, my connect. I said, I'm done.
Yeah.
So I've been waiting. I finally got a job. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm happy, planning, making creating goals. 3 weeks. On a Friday, I leave the job. As soon as about 15, 20 minutes after I leave out the door, they call me, tell me to not come back on the premises again, or whatever the case. And they had to let me go. I'm like, why? It was like, well, your background came back. But I'm there. I'm in there 3 weeks on time, doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. So on the way back to Franklin, I got tears in my eyes while I'm calling my connect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro,
I'm back.
I'm on the way to see you. I'm hurt.
Because I really don't want to go this way.
I'm trying my best. You know
and the system is still not set up. Not set up for people like you to win.
Smoking me, man.
Yeah.
So
and that's a conversation that we don't have enough, I think, in the world, period. That it's just the resource is not there. Everything that can be stopped against you You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how do you want to see me change? How do you want to see me keep from coming back? What do they call it? What's the plan? The
rehabilitation.
The rehabilitation. And it's like, how is that if I get out and now on every job application I fill out, they say, have you ever been convicted of felon? And then instantly your application go in the trash can. Like, I ain't even dealing with you.
So yeah, man, it was still a struggle.
But you kept on.
I kept 100%, man. Just kept going. Just kept striving. I moved to Florida a couple times. I thought that was gonna make some sort of a big difference.
Yeah.
It was struggle there. Now I know that the pictures was beautiful. I showed y'all pictures on Facebook. I was looking happy one night, man. I was struggling. Yeah. You know, I was in a hotel room for a whole year. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to make it happen, man. Still trying though.
Still trying. I would not give up. But the good thing I like about me going to Florida is when I went to Florida, because that's where my dad is, I was able to build a bond with my dad.
Okay.
So, some good things came out of me being in Florida. Not only that, but also when I went to Florida, I ended up going to Florida Career College to get my HVAC certificate, right? Which I didn't want to do at all. The only reason I did that, because my dad kept saying it. Yeah. And the only reason I listened to him, because I kept ignoring him at first, like, you ain't never been in my life. I ain't got to listen. I'm going to do what I want to do. I got everything under control. Yeah. But what made me finally listen to him, and I started thinking that maybe God is saying that through him. Yeah. So I said, you never know. Man, I might do it. I still went all the way on board. I go to Dollar Tree one day, this new Dollar Tree. I'd never been in this particular one on the other side of town. Beside the Dollar Tree, Florida Career College was sitting right there. It hit my eye. I couldn't help but to see it. I saw it. I said, wow. Man, just walking in here, go see what they talk about. I go in there, boom, the next week I'm starting. I'm in class.
So you did. Yeah.
So I ended up doing that, and that became very beneficial because
you got a trade out of that. So now,
that's on my resume. Not only that, another thing that helped my resume and what being in Florida is temp services and staffing companies run Florida. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
I worked for so many staffing companies down there. I'm all over the place. Yeah. But it built my resume and gave me so much experience. So when I came back to Virginia and I'm showing people my resume, like, man, this man done did everything.
Exactly.
Not only that, he also got a trade. Yeah. HVAC. I ain't even got to do HVAC. I've been doing maintenance. I've been a maintenance technician for almost 3 years. Yeah. At this point. Yeah. All on account of going there. I went to Florida. I feel like God.
So something came out of it.
Yeah. I felt like I was supposed to be there.
Something came out of it. Something positive came out of it, and you were able to use that in your progression in life. So. Yeah, man, I think that's truly dope, bro. Like, your story, man, you done already sold your book to me. I don't know if y'all got it, but when the pre-orders come out.
It's coming.
And when the pre-orders come out, I gotta have a copy, because we could go on and on about just your life alone. But I wanna fast forward. I wanna take us to another spot now. Back to the music. All right.
Back to the music.
The artist Rofel. Yeah, we gotta go back to the music.
Yeah.
First question I gotta ask, man, is who are some of your early musical influences? Like, who are you listening to, bro?
So, the very first person I became familiar with, it's gonna show my age again, was this rapper named Dana Dane.
Okay.
Rapper named Dana Dane was something about him. He was smooth. He was cool. Yeah. And his voice but his voice intrigued me. So that was the first time I was familiar with a rapper. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then my influences after him was Big Daddy Kane, which is still my... Yeah. I'm a huge Big Daddy Kane fan, so Big Daddy Kane came next. Yeah. And
another smooth... Nice delivery,
smooth,
just crazy type.
Those type of those
I see where you going. I see where you going.
Those is my style. You know what I'm saying?
Not everybody that's doing what everybody else doing, but them people who was setting themselves apart from everybody.
And nice with it too. They won't just smooth, like they can rap too. Even like when Mace came in the game, like I wanted to be Mace. As a matter of fact, I wanted to be Mace so bad when my stepdaddy got locked up and we moved to Carolina, like I spoke about earlier. Yeah. when I went to Carolina, whenever I talked to the girls down there, I would change my voice to sound like Mace.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you was locked in.
They was loving me, too.
You was locked in with the bass. You were, yeah, look, you was little bass.
So I thought I was Mace for real.
Tell me what you want.
So, yeah, but, and then Jay, man. Jay is definitely my, Jay and Nas, of course, but Jay is definitely my number one. You know what I'm saying? That's my number one, man. That's my number one right now. Him and Big Daddy Kane, they probably neck to neck, but, you know,
And Kane influenced Jay a lot, so Kane a big part of Jay's story, too. So, you as an artist, though, man, when you listen to your music, like, you make sure people understand what you say. Like, you loud, you brash, like, that's who you are, but your delivery, you're gonna understand every word that Rofel is saying on a track. So it's easy to break down. Like if it's F you, it's gonna be clear who I'm talking about. Yeah. In it, you know what I'm saying?
I'm very direct.
You very direct. You very like ain't nobody gotta guess what you saying on the track. You make it very clear. And you've been doing that for a while. I was a youngin' listening to y'all as, you know what I'm saying, the teenage cats early on in the city, like when people weren't making music, but we had stuff on tapes and then the CDs and stuff like that. Like you was putting out stuff, you was doing music videos and you and the Daz Dilla guys and y'all guys was out here really putting on for the city, and it was showing us, especially when YouTube got to popping, it was showing us like guys from Franklin, like getting music videos and stuff now. And now we able to see the stores and we able to see the high-low and this and that. And you still true to that to this day. Yeah. Like, it's definitely about Franklin. You always stamping Franklin. You always have stamped Franklin. But you as an artist, man, like where you pull from, bro? What's your inspiration? Like, where you write from?
I think I write from, well, obviously I'm writing from the depth, right? Depth of my soul, my heart, when I write. When I put the music out, when I create the music, when I'm creating a song, I do it as if the whole world's gonna hear it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing it just
as it should be.
Can hear it. You know what I'm saying?
As it should be. We want to go national every time.
It should be that way, but the reality of the situation is not.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You know, you got people who I want to be the best in Franklin. I ain't asked for that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't never want that. I've never wanted that. You know what I'm saying? I you know, when I started doing music, you know, I want to do music with everybody in Franklin. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, hey, we gonna take over the world. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That was always my mindset. And then it became a moment where it wasn't, because, you know, I had little run-ins, even with TOC, you know what I'm saying? We had a bad vibe at one point. We had a battle. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And they're my dogs, I love them today, you know what I'm saying? Because we all come from the same place and we could relate, and we all had some of the same struggles. Yeah. But at that point, you know what I'm saying, when we was battling, and I kind of felt like they had turned on me because they threw the first shot. Yeah. And not only that, we had just came from the studio. Yeah. Like we just came from the studio this week.
He was like, hey, when y'all had time to do this?
When y'all
had time to do this?
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, in the world, you know what I'm saying? So at that point, I kind of felt like, well, yo,
now here I go.
Everybody, you know,
everybody can get it now.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, hey, I guess it's just me then. Yeah. So then I just continue to go hard. But as I got older, I definitely doubled back to, yo, this is my city. It's our city. You know what I'm saying? And I still do music with anybody from around here, because now I see how much we being overlooked. Yeah. You know, I don't know what the people think. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the other. Shout out to all the other cities. I don't know what y'all thinking. Like, we can't rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got a lot of gifted people down here, man. Y'all.
Hey, it's crazy you say that, right? And I'm glad I got you on this show, right, Rofel? Because I'm about to tell you something. Of course, like I said, I watch you on Facebook, and of course, as artists, we're in a lot of groups, the same groups, and we follow a lot of the same people and things like that. Might see you in the comment section, or we might, you know, see each other. But I seen some one time on Facebook, this wasn't too long ago, where somebody had made a comment or something like, they must have been from Franklin or something. And you was just like, man, what? Like, hey, listen, man, they want
I'm gonna defend Franklin every time. I don't care. Look, I might be mad at somebody in Franklin. I might not be feeling Franklin at the time.
Exactly.
But as soon as
you ain't gonna go
Franklin,
for it. Yeah.
I'm gonna defend Franklin every single time.
Yeah.
You ain't going. You can cancel that. If it stink down here, we gonna joke amongst each other about
exactly,
it.
But
Y'all can't talk about it.
We know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Our teeth, somebody's teeth messed up. We gonna talk about it amongst each other. As soon as y'all start talking about it, coming at y'all next.
Hey, that's
you know what I'm saying? It ain't y'all business.
Yeah.
It's our business.
Yeah,
you
right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm gonna defend Franklin every time, man.
They already, man. We done already had a battle for that eighth, city tag.
I'm gonna tell you what the eighth thing. Cause a lot of people don't know.
Yeah, talk to me.
Franklin was down here yelling 8th City. Mm-hmm. Smithfield was over there yelling 8th City. Mm-hmm. We didn't like each other on account of that.
Yeah.
Cause now, first of all, it's stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Wow.
Yeah.
You know
we both got excluded from the list.
Yeah, we both. Yeah. Don't nobody care about none of us.
We battling over something that don't even
don't even matter. But when I went to penitentiary, I don't know what happened. When I got home from penitentiary, everybody was together.
Yeah.
I just jumped right in.
Yeah, like
it's funny because prior to going to the penitentiary, I felt like I was that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm him.
Yeah.
When I came home, I ain't come home with that attitude. Yeah. I came home and seen that 8th City had a movement, that Franklin and Smithfield, Southampton, Surrey County.
Yes.
Everybody was together.
Yeah.
I jumped right in.
Yeah.
That's just all family. I'm glad it happened like that. You know what I'm saying? I jumped right in.
Shout out to the other 8th City.
Whole 8th. Yeah. We lit.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Y'all got y'all in. We got our end over here. Yeah.
But I'm still coming y'all in and enjoying myself.
That's right. I'm in
a whole lot of videos. I'm in other people. I'm popping up in people's videos left and right. I support.
You working though, bro.
Yeah,
you really are working. I know when you say that you really care about what you put out, I know that to be true for a fact, because like I know a lot of this music on this last album that just came out, bro, you had some of this music for 2 and 3 years just sitting in the tuck waiting, and it ain't dated or nothing. It's almost like you were writing ahead of your time, because I know personally that you had some of this music for a while, but you can't tell with this release.
Knows.
Like, I mean, bro, like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Put it on, just let it play, man. It's a hell of an album, hell of a project.
Appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, hell of a project. You got collabs all over that joint.
Yeah.
Shout out some of the collabs you got on the album.
I felt like I got I'm always gonna end up saying GMG first, cause GMG is family.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? I got GMG J City, I got Quality, I got GMG King on there. I got Vo Black.
Yeah.
He's from Virginia Beach.
Okay.
I hate when I do this. I hate having. I feel like I'm put on the spot when I say names.
You don't want to leave nobody out. Yeah.
But
you got a few.
Yeah, man. I got Ghetto on there.
Ghetto up there.
You know what I'm saying?
Buddy Reeves.
Buddy Reeves, Bud Triple, Buddy Reeves, AKA. Yeah, Bud Triple, my guy, man.
Yeah, man. But it's a dope project, man. So, what do you see for yourself now? Like, what's next for you? Because I know that you are still working. So what's next? Other than the book and those type of things, what's next?
So music-wise, that was my last hip-hop album. I feel like that's the reason why it was as great as it is. I really wanted it to be great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? From front to back. And I needed those particular collabs to make it as great as I wanted it to be. Mm-hmm. So appreciate everybody who on the project came through for me. It's my last hip hop album as putting together a whole project. Me and Ghetto working on our project, Most Hated. You know, I started promoting that maybe 6 months ago.
Yeah.
I actually wanted it to be done, and I wanted to drop that first.
Okay.
Before dropping.
Okay.
Free Calico Volume 2, but unfortunately, he's a busy man too.
Yeah.
He be all over the place. You see him 1 minute he in New York, next minute he in Georgia.
Yeah.
So he grinding.
Yeah.
So we just couldn't get it together, you know what I mean, as far as that's concerned. But now We're bringing it around. And he just sent me a couple records.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I sent him a couple records, so it's happening, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, and I gotta get him on the show too.
It's great.
I gotta get him on the show for sure.
It's great, man. So far, it is great. I'm excited about that. I'm working on putting an R&B album together.
Come on now.
I always wanted to do that.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? So I definitely want to.
Come on now.
I can't do that. I can't do like y'all do. You know what I'm saying? But
you do your thing, though.
I know y'all.
Yeah,
I got y'all. So I would like
yeah.
to put together a collective of R&B artists I know personally.
Yeah.
And throw my little own twist in there.
Oh yeah.
And bring y'all on board to get y'all on that project.
That's gonna be nice.
So
I like that.
want to put that together.
Staying into that creative bag. Yeah.
As far as the music is concerned, I'm still gonna be dropping freestyles here and there. I just dropped a freestyle called "A Follow Up." That was after the album, so I just dropped that. It was most important because I only spoke about the music when you asked, what I got going on now.
Yeah.
But what's most important is whatever God wants for me. You know what I'm saying? That's my purpose. I'm working on finding out what my purpose is.
Right.
Not just my purpose, what His purpose is.
His purpose for your life. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with it right now.
Yeah.
I got twins on the way.
Yeah, congrats, man.
My oldest 13, so she's excited. End of this month, next month, they will be here.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. One boy, one girl, so I finally got the boy.
Oh, man, that's all right, bro.
Excited about that. I'm married
Twin
again.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Excited about that. It's been rough. It's been rough.
Hey,
but
she gonna get you.
But for the most part, whatever happens, situation-wise in my life, whether it's concerning the marriage, whether it's concerning the music, whether it's concerning my family, my main goal is to do what God wants.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm seeking Him first. You know what I mean? So it's God and everything else after.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I feel that.
That's basically what it is, man.
Man, because your story is so powerful, right? And because you've seen a lot of life, bro. You know what I'm saying? You've seen a lot of life and you're growing every day from it. There are the YNs now, right? There's the new breed of the YN.
Yeah.
And now it's our job to try to steer these guys from making some of the decisions, that they might find themselves in, right? So what message would you give to the young kid, the 16, 17, 18-year-old, 19, 20, 21, that you wish somebody would have told you?
Somebody sees you. Even if you think nobody don't, somebody see you. You know what I'm saying? When you think you alone, you ain't alone, man. And I don't want to, because I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. I don't want to preach to anybody head off because I know the YNs ain't really trying to hear that. You know what I'm saying? But the reality of the situation is, if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be here. Mm-hmm. It's just as simple as that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So when I say somebody sees you, I'm talking about God. You know what I'm saying? That's my message for the YNs, man. God damn, man. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to pray. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to pray, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's something nobody told me. Nobody told me. When I was, sometimes when I was younger and I was in the streets, I used to talk to God. I didn't know I was praying. The only reason I was talking to God because I didn't have nobody else to talk to. And I knew there was a God. It gotta be because people keep talking about it is.
Yeah.
So let me talk to him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But sometimes I felt like it was a possibility I might have been talking to myself. Mm-hmm. But I still vented. You know what I'm saying? And I learned later in life that when I was talking to him, I wasn't talking to myself. I was really talking to him, and he was listening to those prayers. When I had a moment one time, I was in the fiend whip.
We done been there before.
I had a strap on my lap. I had 3 straps. I had a strap on my lap, a strap in the passenger side, a strap on the floor of the car. I heard somebody was coming for me, so I was gonna make sure I was prepared. And it was whatever. That was my mindset at that time. And while I was sitting in the car and I was smoking, I had gin and juice. I'm smoking weed, and the radio come on, and I'm hearing the radio, but it's all I don't hear what song is on. So when the radio finally comes into, when I finally begin to hear what the song is on at this moment, it's Smoking North for I Need You Now, and I just broke down crying. So I was bawling. I'm homeless. I ain't had nowhere to go. I'm either gonna sleep in this fiend whip, or I'm gonna sleep at, I don't wanna say fiend, this attic whip, or I'm gonna sleep at an attic house. I don't got nowhere to stay, but I'm sitting here and I'm just crying. When the song is on, and that moment touched me so much. Even to this day, I almost shed a tear when that song come on. That's a powerful song. When that song come on, I'm just bawling, and I'm just like, God, if I don't wanna be doing this. If you can, take this from me, and you can take me out of this predicament, out of this situation I'm in, I wouldn't do this. I was yelling and screaming out for help, and you know what? I got locked up. And at that time, I didn't think about the fact that getting locked up was his way of helping me.
Yep.
I don't know that as a younger, so to the YNs, you may end up going to jail. Right now, you thinking that you going to jail, you just, you there going to, it made you harder, whatever the case, you stand on business, you about your biz, you done made it penitentiary or jail, whatever the case. Nah, it was time for you to sit down. You finally got caught, it was time for you to sit down. God set you down, so you need to take that opportunity to get yourself together, man.
Yeah.
To get yourself together. So yeah, man, I just learn prayer, man.
Yeah.
Learn prayer, because prayer changes things. If you truly don't want to be in the predicament you're in, pray about it. Running around in the streets, your homeboy ain't really your homeboy. And I can go all day about that.
Yeah, sir. That's a whole nother.
Your homeboy ain't really a homeboy. So
yeah,
you gotta worry about your own life.
Most of the time you don't learn that till you learn the hard way.
Be concerned about your purpose. I know you're still young, but you have a purpose. Your purpose ain't gotta start when you're older. Your purpose can start right now.
Yeah.
So be more concerned about that and embrace your family. Embrace your family, love on your family, but at the same time, if your family don't mean you no good,
you gotta cut them off too.
You gotta love them from a distance.
Yeah.
You gotta do something productive with your life, man, because man, the streets ain't where it's at. I know don't nobody really don't want to hear that, but the reality, the streets ain't where it's at, man. You're either gonna be dead or in jail.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
You choose one.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Shit, man.
And I think that's powerful. I think that's the best advice. Like you said, whether you want to hear it or not, this is what it is.
That's what it is.
It get real fast. It only take one bad night, and your whole life is changed. So we about to get out of here, man. We about to close, but I do got a few questions for you. I want to run down. Just I want to just see. I just want to see what you talk about. Okay. You know what I mean? I want to see what you talk about, man.
All right, I'm ready for that.
All right. So the first thing I want to know is, and I'm gonna give you some easy ones out the gate. I'm gonna give you the easy out the gate.
Okay,
but
let me see.
Top cereal, man.
Top cereal?
Yeah. Top cereal, man.
Man. I'm older now.
Okay.
So it don't change from when I was a youth. Now when I was a youth, couldn't nothing touch Fruity Pebbles.
Okay, all right.
I don't care what nobody says.
Right.
I'm standing on
Where
that.
you at now with it?
Man, just give me some Raisin Bran, man. Just give me some Raisin Bran, man. I ain't asking for too much.
You trying to get the nutrients now, right?
Yeah, man.
Get the many vitamins I can get, man. You know what I'm saying?
Keep my body right, you know what I'm saying? I ain't asking for too much, man.
Oh, man, my boy said, look, yeah, I take the Raisin Bran there, man. That's all right, all right. So let's keep going, All right, so this one, now we're going to get into the harder ones. We're going to get into the harder ones now. I'm going to say top 5 rap duos or groups? Top 5.
Top 5.
No particular order, but top 5 rap or hip hop groups or duos.
Group, Wu-Tang, Lost Boys, groups. Outkast. That's 3, right?
You got Outkast, you got Lost Boys, and Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang.
Got 2 left.
NWA.
Okay.
And
This one tight. This one right here, I want to.
The Lots, man.
Okay, I listen. Listen, I ain't gonna lie, I was hitting the panic button for a minute.
The Lots, man.
I was hitting the panic button for a minute, bro. Now, mind you, that's a tough list. That's a tough list. I got no complaints with that list. I was only gonna have a complaint with that list had the Lots not been one of the last ones you said.
And I was still kind of struggling.
And it's still more out there, yeah.
Yeah, because I wanted to say Public Enemy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm still old school at the same time. So, but
yeah,
I love the Lots, man.
Because we left out some. It's a lot in there that.
And I couldn't say State Property because I don't really see them as a group, you know what I mean? I see Bean, but I think the reason why I kind of took so long with the Lock, cause they should have been.
Yeah.
But they have done so much solo. I feel like I want to say Kiss.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? I've been thinking about Kiss more than anything.
Because their lyricists alone, you can take them and put them somewhere in a top 10.
It's still too many though. God,
it's a lot though. I'm
just talking about who I loved the most, because I loved Mobb Deep. But I wasn't as much of the Mobb Deep fan as I was with Lost Boys. When Lost Boys came out, man, I was a Lost Boy.
Yeah, you was a Lost Boy. You can relate. Yeah,
man. So,
favorite R&B album.
R&B album?
Yeah. Come on now.
R&B album.
Your favorite. Come on now.
R&B album.
And we talking about no skips. No skips. You feel me? You can put that one on and let it rap.
First album. I can't really.
Yes, sir. Ooh, that's different.
Man. I
that's different. And I can understand, you know what I'm saying, the headspace, everything.
Me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? From front to back.
Yeah. And that album though, what?
Classic.
That's an underrated
classic.
That's an underraid.
I play the album today. 24/7 still. Running right through like it's new, like it just came out.
Yeah.
So
this story just crazy. How he put it together, everything. But that's all right. All right. So I asked you top 5 groups, asked your favorite R&B album of all time. Now let me ask you favorite R&B female artist of all time.
Female artist of all time. Man, I gotta say Mary J, man.
Mary J, that rawness.
I say Mary J, man. She's still
that real raw.
Still rolling, man.
Yeah, Mary ain't slowing down.
Now I'm like, man, what? Man, it's almost like, yo, how can a person continue to create those hits like that?
Like,
that's
and still sound the same.
Yeah,
still sound the same. Yeah.
Still creativity. Like you had a song, I'm Going Down.
Yeah.
Like that's a very creative song.
Yeah.
But you can still have that same amount of creativity today.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But you know what's even more crazy about that? And this is when we start talking GOAT status. When you able to take a song that somebody else created, it's been mainstream and everything, and you recreate that song, and people know your version more so than the original. Right. We can talk about Whitney Houston's "I Will Always Love You." That song right there, Mary J. Right there. That "I'm Going Down." That's another old school. Man, when you can take somebody's song and people forget about the original.
Bro, that Whitney Houston. Man. I used to love that song as a kid.
For real though.
But I thought I used to turn it to Whitney. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody wanted to hit that. Everybody wanted to hit that.
Bro, I remember one time we were driving. It's one of the trips we had took back out of Massachusetts. We were driving, and the lady had the tape in. I forget, I don't know who the lady was. The lady driving, my mama, me, my brother, her child in the back, in the car seat. And we driving, and to get to the part, and the car hit us in the back. Everything.
Stop.
Smash everything.
So you'll never forget that part right there. Yeah,
everything. The baby in the car,
y'all
laughing.
Y'all already hit it. Y'all.
As soon as we said, and car skirted into the intersection.
Song go off, man.
Alright, boy. But
what just happened?
Yeah, man.
Oh, man. That's all right, though, bro. Before we get out of here, though, you got to tell the people where they can follow you, where they can keep up with what you got going on, man.
On Facebook, my name is Rowan Bruff. There you go. I just did it. Gave you my whole name. It's on Facebook. I'm the artist Rofel on IG. The artist is together, and then Rofel, R-O-F-E-L, separated. You can go up. I forgot this. You know what? Y'all can Google me.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, it is.
Google me, you get everything. But you can either Google me at the artist Rofel, or you can Google me at Rofel, which is just R-O-F-E-L. But you also, we didn't get a chance to talk about it, but you also can Google Lemuel Strange.
That's right. That's right.
Lemuel Strange. And
you gotta tell me about that too before we get out of here.
So Lemuel Strange is so I do hip hop gospel too. I got 2 gospel albums. Over the years, the closer I got to God, the more I've been straying away from the hip hop and wanting to do more hip hop gospel.
Yeah.
The problem is when I used to, because I got older people to listen to me too.
I see
older fans too. So when I used to let them hear Rofel, or I said them, hey, go to Rofel. All the bad music is coming up first.
None of that gospel stuff. They like, nah, we can't play this at our church.
Not only that, but if I gave them a gospel song, they'll go look at that song will play.
Yeah,
and the other one will come on by itself.
I see what you're saying.
All the cussing.
I see what you're saying.
I was still cussing when I first got out of penitentiary, so all those first
few what you're saying.
So I said, I gotta separate my catalog. You know what I'm saying? I gotta separate my name. So Lemuel Strange came because, as we spoke about earlier, my dad is a reggae artist, right?
Gotcha.
His name is Burberton Strange.
Okay.
So I took his Strange.
I got you.
And Lemuel means close to God.
Okay.
Or something to that nature.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so Lemuel Strange. You can Google that also. You get the more positive music. When I make the R&B album,
gospel bag
9 times out of 10, that's going to be
on that
Lemuel Strange.
Got you. That makes so much sense. Like now that you break it down, I understand that. Like you can't be at the church event and just tell them play Rofel.
Yeah. Don't Google Rofel. I don't even bring up Rofel. Lemuel Strange. What'd you go about, Lemuel Strange?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, but it's funny because I've been working real hard to build that catalog.
I got you.
So now, and I have to the point where now you can Google it. At first you couldn't Google Lemuel, now you can Google Lemuel Strange in that catalog.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Go to ChatGPT and ask them about Chat, do that.
Yeah.
Go to ChatGPT and ask them about Rofel, or ask them have they ever heard of the artist Lemuel Strange, and they give you my whole
Listen, man, the first time I read mine, I said, oh my God.
You did?
Yes, sir. I went and looked at it, bro. I said, oh my goodness.
That's crazy, right?
Pulled everything from every day.
That's crazy,
everything.
Yo, technology is crazy. I can create my bio off of that.
And truly you can there.
That's crazy.
Truly you can there. And it make you feel good too because you know that you done something noteworthy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That means when we leave here, man, I always say you get, and my bishop used to always tell me as a kid, when you leave here, it's the date you were born on the obituary, the date you died, but it's something else, that dash. He was like, that dash is the most important part of that obituary, that dash. What did you do between the date that you were born? We all gonna have it. We all gonna have a date that we born and a date we die.
Right about that.
But that dash is important because that's gonna be what people are talking about when we leave here. you know what I'm saying? Or our kids, our grandkids, and all those things.
But this right here, this is added to that dash.
Yeah, for sure, man.
I appreciate that too.
Sir.
This is gonna be a very important dash. I feel like I had an opportunity to say a lot.
Yeah.
You asked the right questions, and you've been salute to you.
Yeah, appreciate you.
You've been doing your thing.
Thank you, dog.
You know what I'm saying? When I see you down in Georgia that time, I felt like I had a celebrity.
Yeah,
I was collabing with.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? You said I usually charge. I said okay.
Hey, listen.
Since you're from the whole town, though,
hey, look, I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. Hey, listen, bro. Thank you for that. Matter of fact, but I got out there in Atlanta, man, and listen. Everything that you talked about, what we want to do, when we want to go out there and we want to start, man, I won't turn it down, nothing, man. If somebody want to work, I don't care. I wrote so many songs, man, in different genres, this, that, and the other. But if they wanted it, they was getting it, man. But we still got to do some work.
Yeah.
We still got to do some work, and it don't matter which range it's in, whether it's the gospel, the R&B, the hip hop. It don't matter. We artists, and we gonna get it done. But I gotta thank you too, man. Your story powerful, bro. You on the grind, you not stopping, you easy to find, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was so proud, matter of fact, I was so proud Sunday, me, my wife, my kids, we was coming from somewhere. And turned my 103 jams on like I normally do, man. And as soon as I heard the song, right, I'm telling my wife, cause mind you, it ain't saying like whose song playing at the time. But as soon as we turned to it, that song was on, and I'm like, oh, this bro. So I turned it up, make sure I can get the little clip recorded or whatever, man, because I know how good that feel for the home team, man, when you got somebody that people don't understand, man. It's the little stuff. A like, a share, a comment. We ain't asking you for much. We ain't asking you to go pay for this stuff no more. We asking you just go share it, man.
Yeah.
Go share it, cause I might not be your cup of tea, but somebody in your friend group, your fan base, they might like me. You know what I'm saying? They might rock with it.
That's rough.
So it's
that seems like it's rough, hard to do for people. I don't know what the problem is.
It is. Hey, listen, and I'm glad you spoke on it a little bit. We gonna stop these barriers. That's one of these things that Live from 58 is trying to do, bro. Like the competition, all of the crabs in a barrel mentality. I want to personally end that, and I'm gonna work hard to do so, because I feel like we all need to be pushing each other up to the next level, man. Like you said, you blow up the day. Somebody gonna go back and look for everything you done, and they gonna find Live from 58 from Eastside Rise, and they gonna be like, yo, who is this Terrel cat? Let me check him out. Let me see what he talk about.
It's all about.
So we just gotta keep pushing each other, man. Keep networking and keep the dream alive, man. Because
I'm sharing everything.
Yeah, that's what we do.
And everything in Franklin, guaranteed to get shared.
Yeah.
Now, if you got a bunch of cussing in it, remember I'm living well strange too.
It's levels too.
I got older people looking at my page.
Yeah,
so
it's levels too.
Share the cuss, a bunch of cussing.
Yeah, and I'm the same way, man. Because what people also don't understand is like these social media platform things like that, like that's your resume too.
Yeah.
Like listen, when it's time for something to go, when it's something big going on, people go and check your social media. I've been on TV shows and all that, and I'm telling you, they go in and scrub your social media. It could be something you said 10 years ago. If it won't right, it could cost you your next job, your next career. So put this PSA out there. Go back through your social media timelines, things like that. Clean it up, man. It might not be who you are today. You know what I'm saying? Get it off your stuff, because somebody else might see that and make a judgment on your character based off what it was that you posted.
I'm learning.
Yeah.
I'm learning now.
But this has been another episode of Live from Highway 58. I am Terrel.
Rofel.
This is Rofel. Y'all know Rofel about to get us something before he leave. Stay tuned. Hey, and guess what? We got another great episode coming next week. Until next time, out.
Hey.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy Rofel, representing A-City. Locking in with my boy Terrel, live from 58. Let's go.
The hood ask where I been, y'all. Caught a bad little shot off the rim, y'all. Yeah,
Ironic, I was the rebound. Feeling like Busta Rhymes, look at me now. Look at me now. Let the girls know I'm back on the market. I'm back in the office. Hit the Jett for some talk. Tryna laugh, but I'm cough. Hit the loud, now I'm awkward. And I'm usually chill, but this gas is a cost. See the fashion I'm on, see the cash when I'm walking. Yeah, I done been broke, doesn't happen too often. Get the bag, pay the bill. Got 'em mad cause I'm real. I'm the G till I'm gone. Yeah, I'm mad with the skill. Little homie think he hot, cause the rap just appeal. To the last with the steel, when the flash hit a tear. Okay, the fans pull up to their crib, then next. Everybody go down, it's bigger than Nino Brown. I figure I'll be the sound. The G needed to fly, and I come from the 8th city. No need for act surprise. They like, how you come out of town like Franklin and take over the world like his right hand pinky? Who am I? Who am I? It's VA spokesperson, check stats and understand why I seem so certain. Who am I? Who? The artist Rofel, your BM's a fan. I'm about to go slam. Let them know. Get busy, get ripped, let it flow, dawg. Get your Hennessy bottles in the air. IDGAD like a motor. No fear, don't care, little homie. Who am I? Who am I? It's VA spokesperson, check stats and understand why I seem so certain. Who am I? Who? The artist Rofel, your BM's a fan. I'm about to go slam. Let them know. Get busy, get ripped, let it flow, dawg. Get your Hennessy bottles in the air. IDGAD like a motor. No fear, don't care, little homie. Got to be from Tim, but not Timothy Mosley. Represent VA, but you can picture me rolling. Grinding like Clips and happy like Pharrell. But battle rap like Ab, but handle mine well. I don't dance like Breeze and can't sing like Trey, but check out my swag and you can see VA. Why you all in my grill? That's something missing with say. You gotta say Rofel when you mention VA. I'm from the 8th like ghetto. I holla free YA. I'm gifted with my hands, and I'm a goat like Lamb. A homie like that's slick. Roger that like Rick. I get money like Stu, but I ain't slinging no bricks. I throw in that raspy soul, short about to get hurt. After round 1, I throw in that Chantel the verse. After that, throwing Lanique to catch us a vibe. About to fill up this bandwagon, better catch you a ride. I've been putting the work, no skinny jeans or purse. In every collab among got the meanest verse. They like, how you come out of town like Franklin and take over the world like his right hand pinky? Who am I? Who am I? It's VA spokesperson, check stats and understand why I seem so certain. Who am I? Who? The artist Rofel, your BM's a fan. I'm about to go slam. Let them know. Get busy, get ripped, let it flow, dawg. Get your Hennessy bottles in the air. IDGAD like a motor. No fear, don't care, little homie. Who am I? Who am I? It's VA spokesperson, check stats and understand why I seem so certain. Who am I? Who? The artist Rofel, your BM's a fan. I'm about to go slam. Let them know. Get busy, get ripped, let it flow, dawg. Get your Hennessy bottles in the air. IDGAD like a motor. No fear, don't care, little homie. VA. I've been waiting for this moment, man. T-Rip, good look. Take over.